Drama is always there. Drama will always be there because you always gonna have people who love to keep stuff going. And I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna give my take on it. I truly believe that the Breakfast Club directors are at fault because they can easily went on and structure everything so it can be a smooth flow. When Jess Hilarious went on her maternity leave, I felt like they should went on and set Lauren LaRosa up in a way that she would know what all she need to do, especially when Jess returned. But just in case a lot of y'all might not know about what's going on, Jess Hilarious went on live. She went live. She really let it out on how she felt. She felt like the Breakfast Club, they didn't have her back. They were not really trying to come to her defense when it came to the people comments and everybody scrutinizing her about how she performed her duties on the job. A lot of people talking about how she can't read and she's not clear and trying to put her against Lauren LaRosa. And Lauren LaRosa, she been doing it for a while. She's a prolific news reporter. She does have journalism in her background. So, you really cannot compare these two ladies. They're two different type of ladies. Just like basketball and football, you can't have everybody playing the same way. It's going to be boring and it's not going to be efficient. But I truly believe, I blame the directors. I feel like they really didn't do what they needed to do. Structure. So everybody would know what they need to do. When Jess Hilarious come on, that's her segment. And then Lauren LaRosa will have her segment where she will give the news and the updates. Because, we all know she's very good. She's prolific. She been on TMZ for 8 years or 7 years. Her own business called Brown Girl Grinding Podcast. So she's a very intelligent young lady, and as well as Jess Hilarious. They just offer two different styles and two different techniques to the table. So, I truly believe they will iron it out eventually. But DJ Envy kept it 100. He said he felt like it was kind of weird how he did come to her privately and try to let her know, hey, if you have any issues about Lauren being here, let me know.
You let the internet dictate what's going on. We've had conversations, and this is the thing, this is why I thought it was corny, and it's just me personally. I thought it was corny because we have conversations up here. We just have a meeting. If you had an issue, a problem, a situation, or something that you felt, why you ain't bring it to the team? What? When you came back, Jess, I pulled you to the side. I said, Jess, if you feel uncomfortable, if you don't want Lauren in the room, this is your show. We can make that change whenever you want. Did I not say that to you?
Yeah, you did. It's not about wanting her in a room, yo. It's about the segment. Like it was like y'all wanted her.
If you had a problem, say it to her.
He did come to her privately and try to let her know, hey, if you have any issues about Lauren being here, let me know, and we can go ahead and stop her from being on the show. Because Jess is the third person, as the co-host. And then Lauren LaRosa is supposed to be, the producer, the news reporter. Jess felt like, they really didn't have her back, and LaRosa came in and took her job, because they really had her doing a lot of her segments. And she thought Lauren was going to be there temporarily, and she kept being there. So, I truly believe the directors set that up. They knew it were going to bring friction, and they really wanted to try to bring the numbers up, because I heard allegedly that the Breakfast Club numbers dropped, and I've been watching them for a while, and a lot of people started watching them. But yeah, DJ Envy really took it, you can tell it bothered him, because he said, hey, I did come to you about this. Now did I not come to you? She said, yeah, you did. So, she said that he's the only one who asked about how her baby and how she's doing after her maternity. And a lot of women already have a lot of stuff going on after maternity leave, They coming back, their mind everywhere. And then Charlemagne remind me of a Yellow Jacket. Okay, he's like real naggy, like, it just seemed like he don't really know his position. To me, the timing is off, like when he said to Jess, I thought you were just using Lauren. And Jess was like, what? Like, no, I'm not using her. I liked her to be here where I was gone on maternity leave. But she didn't know she was going to start taking her segments. I feel like that wasn't really the appropriate time to crack a joke or try to make it sound like, hey, yeah, you were using her. I mean, that was stupid to me. I just feel like, he did a better job and, showing more empathy, But anyway, I like DJ Envy. He kept it real. And then at the end, you see that Charlemagne did say, hey, I told you not to pay attention to the comments. Because people really showing scrutiny to Jess Hilarious. I mean, they really saying some real harsh stuff about her. And saying that, they trying to get rid of her. Some people say she fired. No, she's not fired. She's still there. I watched one of the episodes. But yeah, I feel like these two young black women, they can get it together. They both can shine. Okay? And I believe they will be able to get everything ironed out. Charlemagne say he's going to try to work. They're going to try to work things out to make sure they know what each person need to do on the show. So I'm your girl Jackie G, aka Sports Chick, and I had to put my 2 cents in this. Because when I heard about it, I said, oh man. And it's always a thing about black women. It seems like people do want to keep conflict. You always got people who always want to keep stuff going. And they not really happy. They don't want to see nobody else happy. So just keep doing your thing. Lauren, keep doing y'all thing. And just ignore the comments. And I do agree on what DJ Envy said about that part. And Charlemagne, I'm out, y'all.
I thought
she was on air.
They told her don't step in this room.
Yes, but I thought you was using her on purpose.
What? You thought I was using Lauren on purpose?
Yes.
No, what are we talking about? No. She didn't leave when I came back. The first day we had a whole situation like, all right, look, this was gonna happen, and when it's time for us to roll, it changed.